After a little dry spell in recent times, this week we've seen many aircraft releases and announcements. As always, we'll cover all the highlights, including all the big flight sim news, so let's jump into the video. Kicking off this week's previews and announcements, Innie builds the team behind the A310, which was part of the 40th anniversary edition. A little while ago at the FS Expo, announced they were in development with the Airbus A300-600. This week, the team provided us a second development update since then of the A300. The team have been hard at work when it comes to the 3D modeling and textures, and when it's released, we should see each rivet, screw, panel gap, and even a place card that's been thoughtfully recreated using high resolution textures. Details have come across from that into the cabin doors and the cargo doors, which have all been recreated with interactive animations. The team mentions they also continue that detail through to all the small features such as nose gear into telephone panels, external power panels, and cargo door panels. Innie Build shared some new screenshots of the A300 to showcase the level of detail they are striving for. When it comes to the flight models and systems, Innie Builds explained within the update that they've used the latest simulation techniques available for their flight model and systems. As an example, the team is using a CFD simulator which runs over the wings and the tail of the aircraft and then re-injected back into the aircraft's flight model. Innie Builds has also improved the ground effect, accurate drag and engine thrust simulations, a brand new auto flight system built from the ground up, new flight directors, new autopilot system, new AP handling, and a new LNAV which is better able to handle more complex SIDs than stars than the A310. From the looks of the update from Innie Builds, the A300 sure looks to be an impressive addition in the sim. Innie Builds is planning on releasing the A300 GE Freighter and GE Pax version before the end of the year, with an additional hotfix for a free update before they finish up for the year. Pratt & Whitney Freighter version and a Pratt & Whitney Pax version will be available for a free update in 2024, and also they'll have an Epic mod variant sometime in 2024, which will be a paid expansion. So from what Innie Builds, we should see the A300 released before the end of the year. Aeroplane Heaven this week updated us on their current project, which is the Lancaster. The team mentions the modeling and the textures are near to completion, and they have been testing the crew in different positions. The team showcased new screenshots of the exterior of the aircraft, as well as some shots of the crew positions such as the gunner, the radio, the navigation, engineer, and pilot. From the looks of the screenshots, the project has come a long way since the previous update from the team. No confirmed date of when we will see the Aeroplane Heaven Lancaster in our simulators, but of course we will keep you posted of any more updates. Horizon Simulations have announced that they will be developing a Boeing 787-900 airliner. The team has mentioned that they don't have an ETA for the release date just yet, but they are planning on developing a 787-900 with its own flight model up to the 787-900 specifications. Using the Aircraft and Avionics Update 2 and Sim Update 13 framework, the 900 will have its own EFB. Both engine variants will be available, such as GE and Rolls-Royce, and some liveries will be included as Turkish Airlines, Qantas, Air New Zealand, British Airways, and more. Due to Horizon Simulations using Asobo assets to complete the 787-900, you'll be required to have the premium deluxe version of Microsoft Flight Simulator to be able to access this once it's released. Beyond ATC, who announced their new project at this year's FS Expo, which is also called Beyond ATC. This is a utility that is designed to overhaul the current Microsoft Flight Simulator ATC using ultra-realistic AI voices, FAA and ICAO phraseology, IFR, VFR, and full sim brief integration. The big update this week is the team confirmed that Beyond ATC will now control the AI traffic as well. The team have gone back to rewriting the code to include it with this release, and they're about 40% complete in such a short time. With the rewrites of the code, the team mentions it will improve the performance of the utility and also have a more base of a stable platform. Beyond ATC will inject the traffic into the sim and control the AI at the same time, and it will be compatible with model matching software such as FSLTL and FS Traffic. According to their website, the team is still planning on releasing it this year. I'll leave a link in the description where you can check out the video announcement from Beyond ATC on the Two Tone Murphy YouTube channel. Just Flight this week updated us on the development of the Avro Vulcan. This update was more to cover the various weapon configuration options that you will see with the release. The Vulcan will be fitted out with AGM-45 Strike anti-radiation missiles, Blue Steel nuclear standoff missiles, and MK-13 unguided bombs, and WE-117 nuclear bombs. Hopefully I said those correctly, because I know nothing when it comes to military weapons. All these layouts will be loaded via an EFB, which can be located on the pilot seat, as well as the weapons layout. You can see and use the EFB to toggle off things such as antennas, ground equipment, and tanker equipment, as well as the ability to open and close bomb bay doors. Just Flight haven't announced a release date just yet when it comes to the Vulcan, but they did mention the next development update of the Vulcan will be aiming at showcasing some sounds and maybe even the famous Vulcan howl. If you are enjoying the content we provide on the Oz Flight Simulator channel, please consider subscribing. It costs absolutely no money at all, and it really helps us out, and it helps us grow and spread the word when it comes to flight simulations to other people just like us. So thank you very much for your support. Moving on to this week's release news, Sim Simulations has released the Diamond DA20-C1 Eclipse. This team is known for developing aircraft over on the X-Plane platform, including the Diamond. This time the team have tried their hand with Microsoft Flight Simulator. The DA20 is a single prop two-seater light aircraft, first flew in 1991. The aircraft is still in production to this day by Diamond, and over 1,000 plus of the DA20s have been produced and delivered across the globe. Sim Solutions' version of the Eclipse comes with a fully modeled aircraft inside and out, 4K PBR textures, fully modeled 3D cockpit. You can open the canopy, and the fuel cap has a GTX 327 transponder, a Davtron clock system, I have no idea what that is, and an aircraft checklist. You can pick up your copy of Sim Solutions DA20-C1 Eclipse directly from the AnyBuild store. I'll leave a link in the description below. Another GA aircraft release this week. This one is from the team over at Hangar Studios 713, I believe, with their second release of a Microsoft Flight Simulator aircraft with the Ryan Navion B. This aircraft is a single engine, unpressurized, retractable gear that seats 4 people. Introduced in 1948 with a total of 2,634 of them built. Hangar Studios' version of the Ryan Navion comes with a large number of features. Here are some of the highlights. Up to 8K PBR textures, highly detailed exterior model, 10 liveries, optional tip tanks, window dividers and windshield inserts, complete hydraulic control and emergency gear lock and pump. The tablet includes a aeroplane diagram and a direct of all usable clickables through the aircraft, a detailed checklist. You can pick up your copy of Studio Hangar's 713 Ryan Navion B directly from the Sim Marketplace store, and I believe the guys are trying to get it into the InSim Marketplace store, but of course links in the description as always. Moving on to another aircraft release this week. This goes to the team over at Quick Flight with the Spirit this week, releasing their B2 Spirit. The B2 is also known in its other name as the Stealth Bomber, which is a heavy strategic bomber designed by the Northrop Grumman Group, and it was produced from 1987 to 2000, with 21 of these being produced. Quick Flight's version of the Spirit includes many features, including some are exclusive and only available through the AnyBuild store. These include animated engine and secondary intake events, strike bay doors, stealth mode, and air-to-air ground strike capability. Other features included in the package is a functional FMS with nav modes between GPS, nav, and TAC, 6 independent multi-function displays, a stats page with crew alert system, VD top-down map view, a working air-to-air radar. Autopilot includes heading hold, nav, GPS altitude hold, and approach mode, animated crew ladder, animated anti-refueling point, and you can pick up your copy of Quick Flight Spirit directly from AnyBuild store. As always, links in the description below. Moving on to this week's Sim Update news. Sim Update 13 Beta has received a small update this week, and it is now version 1.34.12.0. This update consists of a couple of general bug fixes and not too much else. As far as we do know, Sim Update 13 is still scheduled to release in late September, and we expect to see a few more beta updates before the release. Later on in the week, the Microsoft team were over at this year's Gamescom, where they announced and released the fourth intake of city updates. This update has been focused on Western Europe with 5 updated cities. These are, hopefully I say these correctly, Amenassi, which is in France, Geneva, which is in Switzerland, Ghent, which is in Belgium, Luxembourg, which is in Luxembourg, and Rotterdam, which is in the Netherlands. In addition to that, we saw a airport which the team added in Cologne-Bonn Airport, which actually serves the 4th busiest city in Germany. I know I probably pronounced some of those city names incorrectly, but you'll let me know in the comments as always. Along with this City 4 update, the Microsoft team released the 12th local Legend aircraft, this one being the Dornier DO-X flying boat. Both of these are available in the InSim Marketplace store. The City 4 update, which is free, while the local Legends aircraft is a payware edition. Moving on to this week's backlog list for the marketplace releases, and the backlog list has grown considerably in the last week from 280 now at 405 this week. So hopefully we'll see a massive intake into the marketplace next week. Aircraft have grown by 14, missions have grown by 10, sceneries have grown by 58, liveries up by 10, airports are up by 29, and everything else that gets pinged in the others group is up by 8. With this large increase in the backlog list, we received the smallest marketplace release in recent times, with a total of 7 products released on the InSim Marketplace this week. This week we've seen the Marchetti SF260, which was released not too long ago over on third-party websites for PC, but now is available for Xbox and PC in InSim Marketplace. The remainder of the releases included 2 airports, 2 livery packs, and 2 scenery packs. Apologies that this week's news video was a little later than usual, but if you enjoyed the content, please consider subscribing. It's absolutely free and it really helps us spread the word of Flight Sim to more people. Thank you very much for all your support. It's much appreciated, and we will see you in another video soon.